of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I'm gonna go a little bit out of form here. I'm gonna do the 2700 Route 9 all span. I'm gonna do you first, Glenn. All right? Are you ready? You want to go and tell us a little bit of what you're looking for here?
I regularly get yelled at the planning
Yeah, I
board
know.
meeting.
You're gonna have it there, otherwise she'll yell at you.
This is an appeal from Old Span LLC. They are the people that are rebuilding the former Cybercron building on Route 9, just south of Lane Gate Road and across the street. They made some changes in their plans. They decided that they needed a tool, basically a tool shed is really what it is. It's a tool and utility shed. And they laid it out incorrectly. And they laid it too close to the line, and we discovered it in applying for their revised site plan approval. It's in the ground, it's too close, so we're looking for a variance from 20 feet that's required down to 19.1 feet, or 9/10 of a foot, which is about 10 and 3/4 inches, a variance and sideline requirement.
Okay. Is that, well, they're still working on, what kind of what is that gonna be, exactly? What kind of company is it, I guess?
It's not a company.
Oh, what is it?
It's the Old Span is Nancy Olnick and her husband Giorgio Spanu. That's Old Span. They have an extensive art collection. They are patrons of the arts. They are going to house their collection in this warehouse. They're calling it Magazzino. There's been discussion as to whether or not it was a museum or whether it was a warehouse. And there was some question about whether they could do it or not. And we've hit upon a situation where they're going to actually have a portion of the property be dedicated to research into that, or into the art, particularly Murano glass, Italian glass, but I don't know much about, to tell you the truth.
I
But
do.
but
I went to Italy, my wife bought a piece, so I know all about
oh,
it. Yeah.
well, I did better than you, because we went to Italy and I saw the pieces and we didn't buy them. but at any rate, they are going to set aside a portion of it for research institute. They'll have a library and a classroom and research offices and stuff. So it'll be which is allowed in this area. So we'll have a research warehouse for the material. The material will be on display, and there will be some very limited, by invitation only, access to guests, but not public access. So
Okay.
we're avoiding the.
Because I see they're working on it. Now, this building, this here is already built?
This is all built. Yes,
Okay.
everything you see on this map is built.
Right.
They are proposing to remove this little caretaker's cottage here
Okay.
and replace it with a roughly the same caretaker's cottage up here.
Okay.
This is just all, it's been there for years, it's moldy, it's got a bunch of problems, it's tiny. But they built this. This is the original building, this L shape down here.
Right, I saw that, yeah.
And then the addition is this I shape back here, and it's going to be, there's an internal hall connecting, or two halls connecting it. So it's a 20,000 square foot building, a lot of display space, a lot of workshop area, a lot of storage area.
And you need the variance for us to go back to the planning board, is that what it is?
Yes, planning board can't approve it because we're too close to the line.
Okay. Well, I checked the application, everything looks complete. Do anybody any questions on it?
No,
Well,
Go ahead.
Do we need your building plans? Because we don't have the building, we have the survey, but not the building.
I can certainly get you a set of building plans. The building is there. It's, I mean, they're gonna.
Yeah, right.
It's basically, it was a storage, or is it a,
This is it's concrete shed.
Is there a generator in there or something
There's
like that?
one end of it has a generator in there,
Right, that's right.
and at one end of it has a fire suppression system.
Right.
And there's rooms in there for lawn equipment
Right.
and that stuff.
So
So
it's not really an occupied building?
it's not an occupied
No,
building.
because I drove and I saw the compressor and I saw this thing like this.
Right.
It's not an
You see
occupied building.
Siamese connection on the end, and,
Right.
no, it's not going to be
Square
occupied.
concrete building, basically.
Right.
Block building. Okay.
Right. And you'll see that, just so you, just in case you do notice it, you'll see that the setback that we're looking to vary is to the corner of the building. And there is a retaining wall that goes further into the setback area, but we believe that that's okay because it's not too tall there's a, retaining walls can be closer to the property line. It's not an issue. So just in case you notice that, I
Yep.
just wanted to point that out to you.
Okay, all right. Any other questions on it?
So
Anything-
this
any
structure
information?
is considered the structure on the south end of the lot, correct?
It's on the south end of the lot. It's a accessory building.
Okay.
Okay. Should we make it a 1-foot variance, just so you have another?
I already cheated it a
No,
little bit myself.
Well, the plan says 19.1, and that's what they're seeking. It's an
Okay.
existing building.
All right. How did this come about, how did,
Well, I kid the,
Somebody made a mistake.
somebody made a mistake. There was no surveyor out there to lay it out. so.
oh, okay, oh, so this,
Yeah, they said the builder built
Yeah,
it
I've
too
been
close
here
to
when
the
I've
property
I've been
line.
here when I've had to tell this
this wasn't
board
your mistake.
that it was
Right.
my fault, but
All right.
this time it was just a workman's mistake.
Okay, so we'll set this up for a public hearing for next month.
Very good,
Okay, that'll be Monday, the March 13th.
very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
At this time, make a motion that the application is deemed complete?
Yes.
All in favor?
I guess.
Aye, okay, so it's deemed complete. Okay. Next one is Carolyn Garcia. Are you going to speak for? Okay, who wants to speak? Your choice. Okay. This is for a public hearing. Okay. First, I'm going to ask, is there anybody here that want to speak to this public hearing? So the letters went out, right, to the neighbors, something like that? Okay. You're looking for, you build a house there, and you're looking for a variance 10 foot on one side and 11 on the other? Is that correct? Okay. I looked at the property and everything else like that. I just want to go over the 5 factors here that you answered to 2, that just kind of helps us make a decision. And the first one basically is that what possible detriment would the variance have on nearby properties? And you said the structure was similar formation to other structures, and structure will not block any view. Well, I went and I looked at the property, and I have to agree with that. I don't think, because the other houses seem to be pretty much in line with it, okay? 1B is, what impact would the variance have on the character of the neighborhood? You put no negative impact on a neighborhood. We would clean up the vacant lot and make the neighborhood more attractive. Does anybody have any questions on that?
No, not
Any
at all.
questions on that? All right. Agree with that. And question 2, if you didn't get the variance, how else could you build, or what you want to accomplish your goal? You said if you don't get a variance, we would build a smaller home. That will make the neighborhood look awkward, a narrow house on the street. Well, you could still build.
Right.
You understand what I'm trying to say? If you didn't get the variance, okay?
And there's been other houses, same as you, that have come on the same street, and they ended up having to build with,
A smaller
with a-
house.
build a smaller house, yeah.
What, there's a couple of different ways the board could go here. I just want to know, they could give you the variance, okay, they could decide on the variance, they could decide on, now you got to remember one thing, there's only 3 people here tonight. Okay, so you're going to have a majority. I mean, not majority, everybody's gonna have to vote on it. It can't be, if somebody votes against it, then that's it, okay? The other thing they can do is, not give you the variance, of course, give you the variance, so they can make it smaller, for you to construct a smaller home. So I just wanna let you know, that's why we ask you these questions,
Oh, okay.
okay? It says, let's see, what code would you seek to vary? It says, side yard is, well, you got 10 feet on each side. Now, is it 10 feet on each side, or 10 feet on one, 11 on the other?
It's, it was supposed to be 10, but like the fireplace bumps out on one, like just a little overhang, it comes out a foot. So it's just a small little section.
Oh, get us
So
because
that's why it's the 11 feet instead of the 10, because of a small, like 3-foot area of the fireplace that comes out on the side of the house, that it pops out from the house like a foot.
Okay.
It's not like with a foundation, it just extends out so the fireplace sits in.
So the fireplace, so that's why you're looking for 10 foot on one side and 11 on the other, is that
11
what
on
we're
the other,
saying?
yeah, 'cause
So the
other
other
side-
the other foot is for the
For the
fireplace,
fireplace,
basically,
it
is that
just
what you're
bumps
saying?
out. Yeah, it's not on the
Okay.
foundation, it's just framed out.
Okay.
Where's the deck? I see the deck in the plans. Is it on the back of the house? Is that what?
Yes, it's a porch. It's kind of like enclosed. It just has a roof over it, and there's not really like a deck.
Well, I just was wondering if that was part of the setback, because if it was on the side.
No, no. There's the only thing that comes out on the side is the fireplace.
So the deck is gonna go in the back?
On the
of it.
back, and then-
So you won't need any variance for that? The only variance you need the only variance you need is to build a house?
Just for the side yards,
Okay.
yes.
All right. Otherwise, okay, now you got, how large a variance will you seek? This is, I believe this is a minor variance. It's not a minor variance, okay? It that was the wrong answer to that question, okay?
Right.
9 inches is a minor variance, okay?
Yes,
You know,
yeah, I
11 foot
realize.
on one side, 10 on the other, that's not a minor variance.
And it's just, 30 feet are normally required, right?
30 feet, yes.
Yeah.
30 foot on each side.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, I thought it was a minor because we're like 40 feet shy of the acre to build
No.
what we want.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Right, but that, I
The
mean, that's,
variance you're looking for, let's say, I'll give you a classic, okay? I was here 10, 12 years ago, okay? And I wanted same type of variance. That's less than you, okay? And I was denied. So I had to end up building a narrow, long house, okay? So, not 19 feet, but still, so it's the same thing. It can, the board has to decide, it's gonna hurt the neighborhood, is it gonna stay the same with the neighborhood, is it gonna be any detriment to any other neighbors? There's nobody here, so I guess there's no complaints.
right.
They had ample time to be here, so I guess nobody in the neighborhood has a problem with it, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
All right, what impact or effect in the variance have on the current physical and environmental conditions in the area? No wetlands or water courses, no blasting. We'll clean up the lot and build a house and well-kept yard. All right. There is no water there or anything else like that. I looked at it. You're right. There's no, I don't see any problems with that end. All right, number 5, if the variance requested is as a result of a self-created hardship, you put no. We bought the property a year ago
Yes.
and have been gathering information. It is self-created,
Yeah.
because if you had gathered the information, you would have known that before you bought the property,
Right.
that it had a 30-foot sideline on each side. And you could have said, well, make it up to you, do I want to build a 19-foot wide house or not? So,
Right.
so
It is.
it is created. You create, not knowing it, but you did create it yourself. I want you to understand that.
Yeah, I
You know, because
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't do that. I don't know why your lawyer didn't tell you to do that or whatever, but, that's what you should have done,
absolutely. I agree.
All right. Does anybody have any questions on this?
No, you pretty much answered it through that, actually.
Yeah. Well, like I say, it's a 10-foot. The house, I did look at the neighborhood, and the house does pretty much go at what the course of the neighborhood is, It's just that I understand, that 11 foot on one side, 10 foot on the other is a lot, but the only thing we do, if we gave her a small variance, you'd have to come up with a different design house. And this is only, what, 1,500 square feet?
Yes.
Which isn't gigantic. May I have anything to say? You know, that's, and it, you know, it's just self-created hardship is the problem. You understand what I'm trying to
Yeah,
say?
yeah,
You
I
brought the
understand
property
that,
kind of
yeah.
knowing, we're not trying to put a hardship on you either. You know, but I'm just trying to say, you kind of brought the property knowing that, what it was. Or not knowing what it was, but you should have checked into
I should
it.
have checked on it, yeah.
Okay. You would want to vote? You want to talk about this?
Well, I think we should. Would you want a straw poll, a non-binding vote,
Yeah,
to see, so that the applicant knows where we stand?
yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, can we do that? Is that, you know, straw polls? I don't know about straw polls. You know, I'm not a big fan of straw polls, but
Yeah, well, I think you have the option. You have to, because it's a 5-person board, in order for you to get the variance, you would need to obtain the votes of all 3 that are here, because there are only 3. So you could opt for having the board vote tonight, or if you had 5 people here at the next meeting, that would candidly give you more wiggle room, because if there was one person that said no, then there are other people that could vote to say yes. You would have to carry all 3 tonight. So that's up to you.
George, you could, what he means, what he said is that you could hold it over to next meeting, which is March 13th. We could do that, and then it would be 5 people. So let's say one person didn't want to give you the variance. Not that they didn't want to give it to you, but just felt that, you know, that wasn't the right thing to do. At least you would have 2 other people. It may be a better choice for you, but it's your choice.
Well, I'd like to say what my feeling is personally. I think the variance is a little bit too much for the property. And I would like to see it narrowed so it didn't have to get as much of a variance. Ideally, that's what I would be looking for. The house is beautiful, that's not an issue. It's just that it's a substantial variance. And we've denied people on Mountain Drive before for the exact same thing. And, you know, you have to think about that also. There's other people who, if you notice, that have narrow houses. It's the same thing.
It's your choice. You could, you know, I don't want to tell you what to do, but you could wait till next month, and there'll be 5 people here, you know, hopefully, and you might have a better shot. Because it's up to you. If you decide to do it tonight, we'll take a vote, and then you got it. That's what it is. Whatever the vote is, that's what it is.
You know, you can think about it, and if you wish to decrease the size, then I would be more positive towards it. Absolutely. You know, not the size, the width. You can keep it the same size. You just have to go, you know, stretch it.
I just want to say that a 30-foot requirement for the setback is it's a lot for the area. I understand that that's what it is on Mountain Drive, but it's not the same like on other properties in the area. So for that reason, I was with Bob when we looked at the property. For that reason, I would be inclined to be more be less concerned about the variance that you're considering, because you still have 20 feet on one side and 19 feet on the other. So, so anyway.
Well, that's your decision. Nobody's trying to hurt you here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, it might be better to wait to the next month. You know, in all honesty, okay, because sometimes people look at it differently. You know, I don't know how else to tell you that. You know, I looked at it. It's a nice house and all that, and I don't see, you know, there may not be a problem. I'd like it to be a little smaller, but that doesn't mean that I would vote that way, you know what I'm trying to say? So, you know.
I mean, if we would have to get a smaller home, we'd pretty much have to get all the plans redone anyway, so I'm kind of, if.
I understand.
I guess if we
No,
get
I-
a no tonight, I'll be in the same place, or at least, you know, if I'm gonna get a smaller home, you know, to redesign the house.
Is another 4 weeks going to put you out? What I mean by that, if you delayed it till next month, which is 4 weeks, and you had a full board here, if the full board voted, let's say, 3-4 and 2 against, you win.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's kind of like going to the track, you know? You know,
We'll wait.
yeah, okay,
Well,
so I'm
well,
gonna, I think that's a good decision. So I'm gonna delay it till next month,
Okay.
March 13th. Okay, there'll be a full board here at that time, we'll go over this again, and
Okay.
I'll leave the public hearing open,
Okay.
okay? And then this way, the board will make its decision at that time.
Okay, so we'll leave the plans as they are for now, and then,
So leave the plans as they are for now, and we'll go over with the whole board and everything else like that, and we'll see, okay?
Okay.
Unless you want to come up with a different set of plans, but I don't think you want to go through that expense.
no.
Right.
You would have to resubmit everything again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have to start over again if that's what you mean.
Okay.
No. We would just hold it over, you know, until you could submit new plans. You know, you wouldn't have to start from the very beginning and the fees and all that sort of stuff. Would be the next, as soon as you could get it to us. You know, but,
We try to go with the smallest width of the house that we could.
no, I
So,
understand,
I
and, you
mean-
know, like I say, when they made the 30-foot sidelines on those pieces of property, because I lived there, I know, I'm in the same boat you were in, believe me. So, it is a problem, I understand that, you
I
know.
live down the road from you, I'm in,
Right.
on Aqueduct, and there are
Okay.
10-foot setbacks on Aqueduct.
It's, you know, it's just
Yeah.
the way it was
Just
broken
the
up
way-
over the years, you know,
Right.
some people got put into the 10-foot, some people got to put into the 30-foot, you know, so I mean, it is a lot, and, I'm not saying that you're going to win or lose next month, you know what I'm trying to say, but you would have a better shot, I would think, with the full board,
Okay.
okay? All right, thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
on for the next one. Okay, I got a review of the minutes, January 9th. Anybody have any changes or corrections? I'm sorry? Yeah, public hearing's going to stay open till next month. Anybody any changes on it? Minutes or review? All right. Can I get a motion on the minutes? Make a motion at the minutes. Paula makes a motion.
Yeah.
And I'll second.
Any seconds it?
All in favor?
All in favor? Aye. Okay. Any old business? Any new business? No. Everybody got their coats on? Okay. All right, meeting's adjourned. Thank you.